From downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
An 82-year-old crossing guard run over by a mom at school.
And I feel sorry for her because evidently she has a problem.
Tonight he's banged up and she's behind bars.
And we're following two breaking stories at this hour. A driver loses control and crashes into a gas pump, causing this explosion. But first, a 14-year-old boy in serious condition tonight after being shot in downtown Detroit. Glad you're with us at 11. The shooting happened near Washington and Grand River.
Jermont Terry is live at one of the 3 crime scenes. Jermont, do we know how the teen is doing tonight?
Kimberly, we've learned that the teenager was at least shot in the foot, unclear of any other injuries. But as you mentioned, he's in serious condition tonight. This all went down in the heart of downtown. As you mentioned, a very busy and active scene here along Washington Boulevard and Grand River. We've learned that apparently the teen was either walking or standing in this area when those shots were fired. And then all of a sudden, the man that shot him ran towards Woodward Avenue. The sound of gunshots echoed in the heart of downtown, catching workers at the brass rail off guard.
Oh, I heard the gunshots.
A good 6. By the time employees stepped outside, they spotted 2 men running across Grand Circus Park. One rushed into the bar where the patio door was still open.
He came around the bar like this, kind of snuck in, came up.
Did something at the end of the bar at the time. I wasn't sure what it was.
Tucked away at the end of the bar, take a look. These bullets, it's believed the suspect tried to ditch them, and other evidence as he tried getting away.
Threw the bullets there, went around this way, threw the gun in the trash can, and his buddy came back for it about 10 minutes later.
He then walked towards Adams and Woodward and dropped a gun in the trash can. It's hard to make out, but you can see the brown handle of the gun blending in under the leaves.
I seen the gun laying in there, so that's when I walked over to the crime scene, got the police and told them, you know, I feel the suspects were in there, we have evidence.
It's unclear what prompted this shooting, leaving the 14-year-old in serious condition, but those are thankful no one else was injured.
I'm just glad no one was killed tonight, and hopefully we can bring purpose to justice.
And tonight, Detroit police are still looking for the 2 men involved in shooting this 14-year-old boy. You can see that they're still collecting evidence here along Washington Boulevard. A very active scene as they're looking in 3 different locations trying to gather information. As of tonight, they have not given us a description of the men they seen that were seen running away from this shooting. That's the very latest. Reporting live with breaking news in downtown, I'm Jermont Terry, Local 4.
Okay, Jermont, also breaking right now, a fender bender caused an explosion when a car crashes into a gas pump.
Our Tim Pamplin has the night cam on the scene in Wayne. Tim?
Michigan Avenue at Wayne Road on the Wayne Garden City border. A fender bender turned into an inferno as one of the cars takes out the gas pump. Roll the tape. Here we go. Video from inside. Boom! That red pickup truck smashes into that black car, takes out the gas pump, starts the fire. Let's switch to another camera across the street. Witnesses couldn't believe what was happening.
It was scary. I thought something gonna explode, and then people start screaming and cars start stopping. But we got scared to the rest of the pumps will blow, and then that would be a mess.
I'm being told the 2 drivers involved here escaped with minor bumps and bruises, certainly counting their blessings this evening. That's the scene in Wayne tonight with the night cam. Tim Pamplin, Local 4.
No doubt. All right, Tim. 82-year-old Albert Lipinski is everybody's favorite crossing guard at Roseville Steenland Elementary School. One little boy brings him candy every day, in fact. But tonight, Lipinski is recovering after a mother suspected of drunken driving ran over him this afternoon. Mara McDonald is live at the school, which I guess at first was a hit and run, Mara.
Devin, it was a hit and run, and then it became something more, and it turned into a whole thing. Luckily, Mr. Lipinski kept his cool. Let me take you through it.
It's kind of an eerie feeling to be looking on the ground, looking up at a bumper.
Let's just say student pickup this afternoon got more than a little out of hand. Albert Lipinski works as a crossing guard so he can walk his granddaughter to and from Steenland Elementary. Today, one of the moms was driving erratically and blocking the intersection in front of the school by trying to do a U-turn. Lipinski approached her and told her she needed to move. The next thing he knows, she's hit him with her car.
At least a half a dozen parents came over to pick me up. The kids were standing there watching it too, you know. They got excited. I saw her drive away, but I didn't know if she was where she was going. I thought she was just trying to turn around.
She didn't. She left, but then returned, and parents say created a total scene.
She was telling everybody I jumped in front of her car, and other people were there and they saw what happened, the ones that came to pick me up.
That you jumped in front of her car?
I didn't have my Superman cape on, so I don't, I wouldn't do that.
Police agree. They say alcohol was the issue here and have taken that mom into custody. Now, Mr. Lipinski refused medical treatment at the time of the accident, but the school principal prevailed on him to go get checked out tonight. He's banged up, but nothing's broken.
I got some papers for workman's comp and whatever, but I won't need it because I'll go to work tomorrow.
Back here live, he's serious. All right, Maura, a lot of questions tonight after a Detroit Fire Department SUV pulls up to a bar in Dearborn. Surveillance video shows the SUV park outside the New Place Lounge over the weekend. The driver then goes inside where he spends more than an hour. We've confirmed taking a department-issued vehicle to a bar is a violation of policy. A disciplinary hearing is set for tomorrow afternoon.
A convicted rapist no longer has joint custody of the child he fathered during a rape of a 12-year-old. Today, a judge rescinded that ruling that allowed Christopher Mirasolo parental rights to his 8-year-old son. The judge was not aware of Mirasolo's criminal past when he awarded him custody last month. Mirasolo actually never sought custody. This case started when the boy's 21-year-old mother, now 21, applied for state assistance for her son.
A local bar owner is offering up cash to help catch a man who fired shots at another driver during a case of road rage. It happened Sunday at the Hideout Bar in Clawson. Surveillance video shows a driver almost running over another man. Then he gets out, points a gun, and fires a shot. The owner of Hideout Bar is offering a $1,000 reward. If you have any information, call police. Former White House Chief Strategist Steve Bannon is making a visit to Michigan. He'll be headlining the Macomb County Republican Unity Dinner next month in Warren. It will be held November 8th, exactly 1 year after President Trump's historic win.
A sweet surrender ends with jail time. Michael Zadell was arraigned today after turning himself in last night. Zadell is known on Facebook as Champagne Torino. He was wanted on a number of warrants, including drunk driving, attempted assault, and trespassing. He surrendered after the police department's post was on Facebook and shared more than 4,000 times. And as he promised, he showed up at the police station last night with donuts and a bagel.
General Motors self-driving cars are rolling into New York City. The automaker will begin testing Chevy Bolt prototypes inside 5 square miles of Manhattan next year. It'll be a 1-year pilot program to test the self-driving vehicles on public roads. GM is already testing those cars in downtown San Francisco, where it's had multiple fender benders.
Did you know the future got here yesterday? It's
just like that.
Moving along.
Right.
Speaking of the future, Google Maps headed in the wrong direction after an added feature gets bombarded with backlash. We'll tell you why the new calorie counting function caused so much controversy.
Yeah, we'll have that. Plus, teens throw a big bash but cause even bigger trouble. How the high school kids managed to host a party at a neighbor's house. Hi, Ben.
Kim, another cool one, not quite as cold as we went through last night, but nothing resembling fall in the 7-day forecast. We'll check it out for you coming up.
He's a local physician with a unique perspective on the concussion discussion. As a player, a doctor, and a dad. Coming up, former Wolverine Chris Hutchinson shares his thoughts and how he feels about his own son following in his footsteps.
All right, let's give you a quick update on the breaking news from downtown Detroit, where a 14-year-old was shot. It happened near Washington and Grand Boulevard. Police looking for 2 suspects. The teen is in serious condition at this hour.
And in Wayne County, no one was seriously hurt when a car slammed into the gas pumps at a Marathon gas station. You can see that remarkable video there as it burst into flames. The crash happened after that car was rear-ended by another.
Are you a night owl or an early riser? Dr. McGeorge will explain how the time you wake up could impact the kinds of foods you eat. That's tomorrow at 6 a.m.
Concussions in sports are a growing concern for many parents.
When I was playing, it was your head was a battering ram and run through the player with your head.
For Dr. Chris Hutchinson, a former University of Michigan football All-American, now turned emergency room physician, this concussion discussion has been followed very closely.
But it took on a whole new meaning when his own son decided to follow in his footsteps to pursue gridiron glory at the University of Michigan next fall. Dr. Frank McGeorge joins us with their story and why he is nothing but supportive. Frank.
Exactly, Devin and Kimberly. But, you know, in the emergency room, we see people who have had concussions practically every single shift. And watching how the concerning science of repetitive concussions has evolved, it might seem odd that an emergency physician would be so supportive of his son playing. But he is, and it's because of his unique insider's view.
To say Dr. Chris Hutchinson understands football and any potential risks is an understatement.
I played 2 years for Bo and 3 for Mo at the University of Michigan. I was a team captain in 1992, was an All-American in 1992, won 5 Big Ten championships. I never lost to Ohio State.
How many times would you say you might have had a concussion playing the game?
I think that's a difficult answer because the definition of a concussion when I was playing was very different than what it is now. Looking back, easily 5.
Back then, it took more for a concussion to be taken seriously.
As long as you're not vomiting and have a horrible headache and you've not been knocked out, then you need to get back in there.
But times have changed. Hutchinson has seen the definition of a concussion become more conservative, as well as the management.
Nowadays, it's much more focused on, giving the kids time to heal, being careful, letting them go back, and recognizing that, an all-state soccer game, while it's important, it's not the rest of your life.
And he's thought of it in those terms, as his son Aiden follows in his footsteps, starting at the University of Michigan in 2018. He says he's comfortable with how the game has evolved.
So much safer, what they focus on, compared to what we focused on, the practicing techniques, the focus on recovery, very different sport.
From tackling technique,
you change the way you hit. You don't hit with your helmet. You hit with, rugby style. There's lots of different ways to be taught about not getting blows to your head.
To practice and recovery.
When Brady Hoke was at Michigan, I was at practice, and that was the first time that I realized that they weren't allowed to have 2 fully padded practices during 2-a-days back-to-back. And so just that in and of itself, you're just reducing the chances that you're going to get injured.
Nonetheless, as a doctor and dad, Hutchinson has taken his son's participation in the sport seriously.
I drew a hard line in the sand that you're not going to play until 7th grade. Now, there's no evidence to say that 7th or 8th or 9th is the proper time to start, but I think later is better, especially for a contact sport like football.
And
the things that I learned from football, the discipline, the time management, the teamwork, I wouldn't be here talking to you right now if it wasn't for football.
Do you think it's possible to make football a safe game without changing the game itself?
I think safe is a relative term, probably safer. Clearly it's a full contact sport and it's not without its risk, but the risk is much less than it was.
And in the final analysis,
I am 100% comfortable letting my son play high school and college football.
Now, Hutchinson points out that parents play an important role. Now, unfortunately, he and I have seen cases where heavily invested parents, let's just say, have pushed their kids to return to play sooner than recommended after a head injury. And no improvement in the rules or bad parenting will diminish the role of personal responsibility.
We're thinking so much more about concussions from pros all the way down to little kids' leagues now, and you're looking at this growth in concern tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. This is an important thing. Some experts are really concerned the increase in awareness is also having an unintentional impact, and that the media is frankly missing some key messages. And tomorrow at 5, we're going to tackle those issues.
Okay, we look forward to it, Frank. Here's a look at what defender Kevin Dietz is working on for tomorrow night at 11.
From a Bloomfield Hills big shot to the big house and back, a multi-million-dollar scam artist shares his inside story.
I got nothing to hide.
From fraud to the federal pen to future plans to help others recognize what he says made him commit his crimes.
I'm not looking for pity. I'm not looking for a pat on the back. I'm looking for somebody's hand that I can grab and help pull them up.
But local law enforcement says, beware.
The Frank Joseph I know and that we all know is nothing but a con artist.
A second chance or a new con? The Frank Joseph story, tomorrow night at 11.
Well, if you're into that frost on the pumpkin kind of fall. You're out of luck now.
You're right.
Yeah.
The sunshine was beautiful today. It was so hard to come in here to work because it was so nice.
Yes, you're going to have to head north if you want frost on the pumpkin. The big question is you get to turn the AC on as we get later into the forecast. But temperatures out there tonight, yeah, they're cool, they're crisp. We're at 54 right now at Metro. The only spot in the 40s right now is Ann Arbor, but we told you anytime we see clear skies, the airport temperature over there is unreliable at best. Most of us are in the 50s, and look at the difference between what we had last night and where we are tonight. Temperatures are about 10 to 15 degrees warmer in most spots than what we were looking at on Monday evening. In fact, Bud on Storm Pin said he was out on the links today, got a morning of golf in. Hope you got all 18. And in fact, the rest of the week looks pretty good. If you're going to be playing golf or really anything outside, because we've got tons of sunshine and temperatures only getting warmer as we progress through the week. Little band of clouds trying to float down from the north, and that is about it. Otherwise, we are going to be mostly clear tonight. So that means another cool one, but again, not quite as cold as what we've been used to. High pressure is just off to our south and east, so we're on the backside of that high. Clockwise flow around that does bring in some milder air, so we're going to gradually see these temperatures increase. The only little bump in the road is going to be this cold front that comes through on Thursday, second half of the day, but it's going to come through dry. Notice that all the rain along that front is on the north side of it, so maybe enough moisture to scare up a couple clouds, and that's it. And it's really not even going to stop the warm-up. Temperatures still in the 70s as we finish out the week. In fact, we're looking at the mid-70s, believe it or not, as we get towards the upcoming weekend. So October, maybe. You got to check the calendar. 45 is where we're going tonight. Skies are clear. Winds light southwest at 5 to 10, which is good considering how brisk things were earlier today. Here are your high temperatures in your 4-zone forecast. 70 degrees in the city. In fact, there are going to be a lot of spots that hit 70 tomorrow, including our south zone. Most of Lenawee County there at 70. In fact, most of the south zone is going to be at 70. A little bit cooler in our west zone, but still doing pretty good for October standards. 68 in Howell, 69 in Brighton. Let's see a couple 70s there, closer to 275. And in our north zone, lots of 70s here towards M59. Even in some of our coolest locations tomorrow, we're still looking at the upper 60s, and it's going to be with plenty of sunshine. Hard to find anything to complain about all the way through the upcoming weekend. Once we get into Sunday, we will see a shower late. Right now, it looks like it's going to be in the evening, but things are going to take a turn quick next week. Monday, highs in the mid-60s, mid-50s for highs on Tuesday, and we're going to see rain both days. So enjoy it while it lasts, because we're going to be going south quick.
Eventually coming, but it's what a great stretch.
Yeah. All right, Ben, thank you. New York police involved in an unusual chase along the streets of Brooklyn. How this bull was finally caught.
Hello? From Wall Street, perhaps? An update to the story that made international headlines. The security officers behind this brutal removal of a United Airlines passenger learned their punishment. We'll be right back. The two police officers seen dragging a passenger off a plane in Chicago have been fired. This video, of course, made international headlines back in April. The United passenger refused to give up his seat. He was told that he had to, even though he'd paid for it. The officers dragged him away, leaving him bloody and bruised. Another officer resigned for his role in the incident. A fourth received a 5-day suspension.
A group of teens are in trouble after breaking into a neighbor's house and throwing a party. It happened in Colorado, and those teens moved quickly. They held the party while the owners were out to dinner and shared the video of their wild bash on Snapchat. The owner says the teens probably assumed the house was empty because it was for sale. He says that in just 2 hours, they caused thousands of dollars in damage.
Google Maps is removing a new calorie counting feature after facing social media backlash. The feature shows how many calories users would burn if they decide to walk to their destination. But some users complain that the calorie counter could be a trigger for people with eating disorders. Police in New York were led on a very interesting chase through Brooklyn today.
Yeah,
not the usual day at work.
A bull was spotted roaming around Brooklyn's Prospect Park. It happened, or it escaped from a nearby slaughterhouse. Yeah, a nearby slaughterhouse. It took a few hours before police were able to corner and tranquilize it. Luckily for this bull, it was transferred to an animal sanctuary. and didn't go back to the slaughterhouse.
Well, it's clearly a pretty bright bull. Knew what he was doing.
Yeah, well, maybe not. He was in Brooklyn. You know, never know.